Hello everybody, my name's Paul Tace. In this video we're going to look to see whether it's possible that your Mavic Air 2 might get a retroactive CE label. Let's get started. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do in this video is concentrate on the laws of the Mavic Air 2. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. The laws are quite annoying and hard to understand. If you watch my last video on the new laws that were going to be affecting the Mavic Air 2, I'll leave a link in the top right hand corner now or in the description down below, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, as it stands, after the 1st of January 2023, we're only going to be allowed to fly our Mavic Air 2 150 metres away from any recreational, industrial or residential areas. Now the reason for this is because it's a legacy drone, which means it was brought out before the 1st of January 2021, and it's not going to have a CE mark. Now, if it was brought out after the 1st of January 2021, it would have a C2 mark, which would actually not only stop the limitations, but would actually be able to push it further. You'd be able to fly within 5 metres of uninvolved people under the right conditions and with the right certificates. So what are the chances that this is going to happen, that we can retroactively give this drone a C2 marking? Now the CAA have already said that this isn't going to happen. However, a new post on the DJI website would imply that that might not be the case. What they're planning to do is to either do a new hardware upgrade or a new firmware upgrade, which is going to change the drone and effectively make it a new kind of drone. Now, this is in the early stages and they haven't actually given a lot of detail of how or when they're going to do this, but it does give a small amount of hope to people that have got a Mavic Air 2 that you may have the C2 mark applied to it at some point. So if you haven't bought a Mavic Air 2 already and this was the thing stopping you, does this mean that you'd go and buy one now? I personally would not. This is by no means definitely going to happen. This is just something that DJI are looking into. Now they've left this on the DJI website on the enterprise part, and I've left the link in the description down below. So if you want to read through that, you can. But basically, what they're trying to do is upgrade the drone in some way so they can relaunch it as a new drone and therefore give it a new C2 marking. So does this mean this is going to happen automatically? And by the look of it, it's not. It looks like you're going to have to either send it off or have this firmware upgrade and then have it verified by DJI to give it the C2 markings. But if they did manage to pull this off, you'd be able to fly it without the restrictions of a legacy drone, which would be amazing. Now it might be possible that you'd have to pay for this upgrade, but it'd probably be better than having to buy a new drone altogether. Now this is also worth pointing out that they're also going to be looking at this with other drones as well, so it won't just apply to the Mavic Air 2, it'll apply to a whole bunch of drones that DJI use. Now to me it would make sense for the CAA to let this happen and for this to work, for the simple reason that the reason they're bringing in the new EASA rules is to make the drone safe. So if you've got a drone that meets all your regulations but it's just brought out earlier than expected, why wouldn't you just let it upgrade? So if you have a Mavic Air 2, there is still a small amount of hope you will be able to fly this in the A2 category without any restrictions. But having said that, if you haven't bought one already, I wouldn't rely on this to happen. Now it is possible that DJI can do this with the rest of their drones, and they haven't yet said which drones they're trying to make it work with, how they're going to make it work, or even if it's definitely going to happen yet. Okay guys, so it's just an update to let you know you might be able to retroactively have your DJI Mavic Air 2 labelled as a C2 drone. Now I know that's a lot of talking, I hope this makes sense. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I hope to see you in the next one.